This is episode 6 of Back to Me.
We are your hosts, Katie and Lisa. That is the most difficult part of the whole event to me.
To be fair, we did not muck it up this week. That might be a first.
I didn't look at you. I was like, full attention. And you even said, what do I say? I'm like, I don't know what you have to say. I only have my line.
It's true, you wouldn't help me. I couldn't remember what my line was.
Flip me.
This is just to prove to everyone that we are 100% winging this, not planned. There is no script, because we would be terrible with a script.
Speaking of which, how's your morning went so far, Katie?
Ha ha ha. For those of you who, I'm sure a few, that do not follow Lisa on Instagram, we went live this morning while we were locked outside the building.
How did that happen, Katie?
You're being mean to me. No, I came in to set up stuff in advance, and then you were...
We'll talk a little bit more about that as well, sure.
Which part?
The room was perfectly set up, but you were unhappy.
Oh, so we have a new dedicated studio space.
We do a new dedicated studio.
We do. This is not it. But it's not finished yet, so it's quite boring looking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you weren't happy.
I was not happy.
She was not a happy bunny.
No.
So I woke this morning too. I'm already here. I'm just reorganizing the whole place. I'm like, okay, perfect. Do you want me to come down? No, I'm already here. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
I mean, you could have come down.
I'll just see my time.
Yeah, so I set up out here. Our producer Billy helped.
Yes,
obviously.
Our producer.
He has somewhere else to be this morning, so he like him not. And then
this is the same producer that set it up in the other place for us.
That's the one.
Yep, I'm sure that was not in that capacity at all.
He agreed with me.
Good.
Yep.
He agreed with you and your womanly wiles that would need to be done.
This looks good.
We do like this little
This
setup.
does look
and
good.
with bigger lights today, which are
I'm a terror blinded.
Yeah, they're just a tiny. If every way you look, you're like, I can't not see them. It's like
I feel like I have an ocular migraine, but I think it's just the lights in my eyeballs.
And I had a little bit of a headache this morning already. I didn't usually get headaches, but I woke at 4:00 in the morning, 4:22 to be precise.
Was it the?
It's the moon.
It's the moon.
We'll get into that in a second, because we must remember when these go out. You know, the moon will not be doing its thing.
Okay.
So, because it'll be a couple of weeks, won't it?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so you came down this morning, you rearranged everything.
Yes. Got it beautiful.
Got it beautiful.
Set up the lights. Got the mics working.
I bumped into the producer in the car park.
As he was leaving.
I was like, oh, smooth. She was waiting for me at the door because I don't have my own key. That's fine. Another day.
Yes.
Wait, we'll talk about that. I don't have my own key. That's fine. But anyway, I'm not trusted with these things. Thought, oh, it's so lovely. She's standing at the door.
I know, it's ready
That's
for
so
you.
lovely.
Yeah.
Ready for me.
But it's like there's a front door that's locked and then there's an internal door that's locked.
Which is very good. We
So,
like that.
yes, it's very secure and safe, and you can open the front door with one of the push to get out situations, and you can just walk out.
Clearly.
But you can't so much just walk back in.
We now know. You can't.
I mean, I did know that, to be fair.
I actually thought you were having a laugh. I actually thought you were like, oh, I forgot the key. And I was like, okay, like, let's get the show on the road. And then I saw your face and I was like, I have nothing to give to this conversation. I can't help you. There's not. And, I'm pretty sure, everything's figureoutable, but I had nothing to give.
And there's 2 keys too that I had left both of them because Billy left me his key.
Anyway, that's how the morning's gone so far. Here we are.
We're here now. It's fine.
Now, we did talk to each other during the week and discuss that maybe we should have a topic or two.
We did. But we don't have to announce them or tell them.
We're not announcing them, but we just let you know we do. It does look like we don't have any plans, but we do have some plans.
The height of the plan is a topic.
How's your week, mate?
Oh, I told you not to ask me that because it's been boring. I went to work, I did my things. How's your week been?
My week has been fine. I coached a couple in New Zealand.
I think you ask me how my week has been so that we can segue to how exotic your week has been.
So I didn't go to New Zealand.
No.
It was just on the computer.
Cool.
And it was the next day there.
Oh, so you were coaching into the future.
Ooh, I like that. I can make that something. Isn't that mad?
That is mad. That's cool though.
Love that. That might be the furthest, I think.
Have you ever been to New Zealand?
No, never. You?
No, I've never been that side of the world.
No, I haven't. I don't. Yeah. I guess I would like to see it in my lifetime, but I'm not like.
I don't want to take the plane trip to get there. Not a big fan.
My brother's in LA, so I could definitely break it up like that.
Oh, that's true.
That would be true, wouldn't it? You can go that way, can't
Could I go visit your brother too?
you? Can. He's and my sister-in-law is lovely. So that was that was one day, and then on Wednesday I drove to Enniskillen and back in the same day.
On your own?
On my own.
Oh, I'd have gone with you.
Thank you, pet. But I was seeing my friend Terry.
Also, I have a job.
And cover this thing called a job. I was seeing my friend Terry and he's doing a pod for her.
Oh, nice.
Her pod's a bit more serious.
What could you possibly mean? More serious than this?
It was all like, how did you heal your wounded inner child?
Oh,
all that stuff. Yeah.
did you? Were you tempted to make any jokes?
I did make a few jokes. I did, and she made me go back on the path to recovery. Which is just we almost both cried a little tiny bit. Anyway,
Wow. When's this out?
you shouldn't hear me crying. I'm actually not sure, but she was lovely, and we went for lunch afterwards, and I drove back up the road. Anybody who is not from Northern Ireland, it is about an hour and 45 minutes there, and obviously an hour and 45 minutes.
And it's not fun roads.
It's very straight. No, it's a good road.
Oh, is it a good road?
It's now become a good road.
It's maybe been many years.
It's now become a good road.
Okay.
And it's just straight up. But anyway, I listened to the Matthew McConaughey book.
Ooh, does he read it?
He does read it. I might have to write a book at some stage. I don't think I want to do the audio.
I'll do it. That would be great. You write the book and I will read it.
That would. Do you know what we could do when I write?
Life coaching lessons with like super sarcastic, cynical tone.
Yes. Do you know what we could do? I could write. No, I'm saying these words. I could have someone help me write the book, and then I could do the voice of Shirley, my inner thoughts, and you could do like the professional.
Although, should I not be Shirley? That makes more sense in
Is
the...
it? No, I think I've got my own Shirley going on. Either way, the book is very good. I had tried to read it a few times. It's just a wee bit meandering. Is that the right word? Meandering? That's not the right word.
Meandering?
No, it's not. That's like like what a river does.
Meandering.
That's a wee bit meandering-y.
Okay.
So listening to him read it is perfect.
Because we're fans of the meandering.
You are fans of the meandering, but not when it takes my eyeballs to read it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fair. Your eyeballs.
Read it. It's exhausting.
Well, I'm excited about this book idea now. This could be funny. I hope you
Now
write
my
it.
friend Jill can help us.
She's better at writing.
No, I'm not mean that. You're very intelligent and you're very good at all that stuff.
Thanks for the stroke.
Stroking.
Even if it felt
Brings me the
sarcastic.
hilarious thing that happened yesterday in the gym.
Oh.
I was in the gym yesterday with my PT.
Were you working on your arms?
I am with the arms. You see, I told her that I wanted good arms for holidays, which is just silly.
Mistake.
And a mistake. Just a mistake. But anyway, my friend was on the... so she trains with the same girl. So she trains from 8:30 to 9:30, and I train from 9:30. No, it's not right. I train from 9:30. Anyway.
Doesn't matter.
Blah, blah, blah. That does not matter. I sound like my mother-in-law. Does not matter. Cut that bit out, Kate. And my friend, Jackie, was on the trip, and she was laughing. And I said to Caroline, the PT, oh, she's listening to your podcast. I wonder what she's laughing at. And inside my head, I thought, I wonder if she's listening to us blathering. But I was like, don't be silly, Lisa. Of
course not.
Just silly. So then I went to the next other door, and then she, blah, blah. Anyway, our paths crossed again, and she was like, that is the biggest load of, starting with S, ending in T, I have ever heard in my life.
Sensible content.
Sensible.
Starts
See,
with this.
you're so clever.
Oh, thanks.
And I said, oh, right, it was us, was it? And she said, that was hilarious. And then she turned to Karen and she goes, and you even got a shout out as well, but you might want to tell her what the muscles are actually called, considering she calls them front arms and back arms.
I mean, we all know what you mean when you say front arms and back arms. Obviously makes sense.
Biceps, and then my friend said, keeping it real every day. And I was like, that's it.
So, people are working out
You could just be somewhere so wouldn't be listening to us.
Oh, but that's actually quite cool too, because do you think it's because of the speed you talk? They're able to run along to it. It's like a
True.
tempo keeping
I
thing.
did listen to the last one and think, Lisa, slow the flipping dip, 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 dip down.
See, I don't hear that you're talking fast
Shocking.
in the moment.
Shocking.
Is it shocking? It's a Northern Irish thing, I think.
Okay.
My dad, as we've mentioned before, my in-laws are American.
Yes.
And my mother-in-law is.
We do need to keep mentioning because people don't actually listen to
Oh, that's right. The other one's yeah. My in-laws are American.
Uh-huh.
My dad's from here, obviously, and my mother-in-law, she's just a beautiful Georgia Belle type character with a real good Southern drawl. And when her and my dad are talking together, no idea what each of them. I think neither of them know what the other one's saying because my dad's like so fast, and she's just and he's a wee bit. Yeah, it's the funniest thing. Those two together.
It's hilarious. That is very fun. I'm thinking that movie with Reese Witherspoon, Southern.
Yes, that one.
Get that faster. Those are, and there, and I go again, tapping on the table.
Tapping.
If you're not watching, this is ridiculous.
Did you like the little zoom in?
I did like a little zoom in. Southern Belle.
Yes. What is that movie? The Sweet Home Alabama.
Everybody's screaming at us now. Yes, it was one of my favorites actually.
It is a good. Anything Reese Witherspoon does.
Well,
No.
I told you about that recent one that she has. The
wasn't
one
listening, clearly.
with the guy. Oh dear God, this is classic.
Oh, the movie with the girl and the guy. Yeah, I know what you mean.
There's some content today. The recent one that she has out with Will Ferrell.
I don't think we discussed this.
It's
Because
terrible.
Is it terrible? Because I started it and then got interrupted as opposed to start and I haven't gone back to it, so it's not worth going back to.
It's so bad, and I love her.
Oh.
And it wasn't even like, oh, it's already Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Fine. It was bad.
This is the one about the weddings. It was
We book the same place, and then there's a crocodile, and it's just that not funny, ridiculous. Anyway, why don't you watch it?
Ridiculous.
Irritating, ridiculous. Why don't you watch it and get back? We'll come back.
Okay, I'll
get back to the group next week.
I'll get back to you on that. It's about the only thing I've got left to watch on Netflix anyway.
Well, we've started Black Dove.
It's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very good.
I do like it.
She's not my favorite person.
Keira Knightley? Is it because of the cheating in Love Actually?
Oh, you class that as cheating?
Emotional cheating. No?
But she doesn't know, does she? What should she have done? When he comes to she knows whenever she goes, how the heck?
This movie is so long ago, I think I've...
We watched it at Christmas. Because Jake now has to watch all these again. You know,
Jake.
all the ones that you kind of have to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't done the Pretty Woman thing. I think that's too much.
Maybe a bit later.
Too much, yeah. So she goes to get the wedding video. He can't find it. She then's like, oh, it's right here. Puts it on and realizes every picture of her.
That's right, yes, sorry. So she wasn't the cheat. She wasn't the bad guy.
He wasn't the bad guy. And then he comes to the door and he says it's with the cards.
With the cards. I apologise, Kira. You're not the bad guy.
Anyway, no, that's not why I don't like her.
All right, why do you not like her?
She does a funny thing with her mouth.
Okay.
It's like, does she have to be always pouting? There's a scene in it where she's running across the bridge. Yes, exact. No, it's
But the
not
listeners
even
aren't
like
pouting.
It's not even like that for the list.
Yeah, I feel like I don't like anything like Keira Knightley.
It's not like this.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, like forced. Like she just anyway. But
Maybe she has salmon sperm in her lips.
what I was going to say, that was a snort, and maybe. But what I will say is, this is very good, and I have become to like her a little bit more in Black Dove.
Black Dove is.
And she doesn't seem to have. Nigel, my husband said, she's eating very gracefully.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to Lisa and Katie's Netflix
review. But what we are watching, and we didn't get to finish the whole thing last night because we had to look at the moon, is a movie. Well, she was huge last night.
She wasn't that big, but she was bright where I was.
Let me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the stars. Beautiful.
And I slept great, so.
Did you sleep well? Well, I'm not a good sleeper. I'm jealous.
Yeah. Oh, we swapped. Because I'm not a great sleeper, and you usually are. We swapped.
You've put it back. You've put a spell on me. Go back towards me. I think this movie's called Home. It's Tom Hanks and Robin Wright Penn,
Oh.
who are in Forrest Gump, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's the same director's Forrest Gump.
Oh.
It's not one shot, but it's like the camera is in one corner of the room the whole time over all the generations.
Oh, wow.
It's very good.
Oh, let's go.
And we had like half an hour left. We were getting tired. The moon was out. So we had half an hour left tonight. Because we didn't want to just be like, looped. Anyway, that's
Did
too
you
much.
genuinely go outside to watch the moon?
Yes.
I mean, for a long time?
No, it gets cold. But you have to go out and see her properly.
I mean, I went out and looked at it and then came in. Took like 10 seconds.
Kiss and a cuddle.
Is that what the full moon does for you?
Yes.
Oh,
Well, it's really lovely to celebrate. You know, it's nice. It's a big full moon. Very, not often.
is it not like monthly?
But she was very beautiful, and the sky was very, very beautiful, and it was lovely.
Actually, my 11-year-old disappeared out the front door. And I'm like, where did you go? And I said, just looking at the moon.
See, he's a moon child. So that's what I was going to say. When all my drive down is coming back, I was just very, very grateful. I think I'm becoming this time of my life.
Oh, that's sweet.
Matthew McConaughey's him. I think we're about the same age. You know, he was just like the story of his life. Still fit and healthy. Kind of has everything I ever dreamed of. Handsome, gorgeous, and has. He did actually say a few times in the book about losing his hair. That's why he shaved his head at some stage. But like, he's a very good head of hair now.
Yeah, he's got the whole curly thing going on, doesn't he?
I think he got.
Maybe. Power to him if he did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I was very grateful. I have a lovely, cute wee car. I have a very cute wee car. It was very pleasurable to rip up and down the road in. And my children are healthy. I have a good relationship. And sure, what more do you want than that? Books. What is your favorite book? Let's get a little bit more.
Oh,
That's
it's our review show.
We've got the Netflix thing.
Favorite book.
I said, "Do you know who Brené Brown is?" And she said, "No, but I might have read her." Say you're from Armagh without saying you're from Armagh. I might have read her.
I might.
Oh dear.
I hadn't, for the record.
Posh people say things like
Oh yeah, I'm super posh.
you're a bit posh.
Am I posh? I'm not posh.
I'm not posh.
Says the
I'm posh.
co-host with her smart little fancy car.
No, I'm a bit posh.
Am I posh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you're posh and you're very intelligent.
You keep saying that.
You are very intelligent. Don't deny it. So, do you have a favorite book? Or what book are you reading at the minute?
I picked up some Jojo Moyes one from the Tesco
Who is this
discount.
person?
Oh,
I will not know anybody.
she's an author.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I do have this problem. I really enjoy reading, but I never remember the name of the book or the author, or very little about the situation.
Have you ever read? Maybe if you remembered the author and you were like, "Oh, I'll read this one because I really like that one," and then that one is no good.
I actually got a little bit into Stephen King.
Oh,
I'm
you
not.
like the murder mystery thing?
Yeah, but is he not more
Scary.
scary? And I don't like scary. Unless
Okay,
it's,
hold on.
Unless it's murder.
Hold on. Dear.
I don't like horror. I don't like.
Okay, so your favorite podcast to listen to, not this,
I haven't listened to this once.
and we need to talk about that. People don't know what we're doing. Your favorite podcasts are murder mysteries.
Not true.
True crime.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see. Okay. But that's pretty scary.
Maybe I'm fascinated with the human condition. I just said that sound posh. I know that's not what I think.
Because it was that with your posh part.
Yes, darling, it's the human condition and the way people know. I have no idea. Yeah, I actually do find it fascinating, but not like horror, not like jump scares.
Okay, got that.
There are some things that serial killers and things. I couldn't finish the Jeffrey Dahmer one. They did a recreation of it. That was actually a bit too far. Too far for me.
Too far for you.
No,
I'm not. I don't like scary. Yeah, no, it would not be my genre.
It's not my genre.
No.
Jojo Moyes has
50 million books.
50 million
This
books
was from here. Like that.
No, I can't remember any of them.
That's okay.
I'm going to cut this out.
No, I have a story.
Oh,
I'm going to save us.
please pick up the slack, Lisa.
My favorite book is 1,000 Splendid Suns.
Oh,
Don't ask me who the author
Okay.
is, but I also know that he wrote Kite Runner.
oh, okay.
Okay. So I read 1,000 Splendid Suns. The children were little, maybe the girls were maybe 6 or 7. Read it on holiday. They were asking me about it. Absolutely loved it. Like, you know, when it ended and you're sad, the characters no longer,
Yeah.
or they only live in, it's like, I actually was like, I can never read again. This is the best book I've ever read in my life. I can never read again. My husband bought me Kite Runner because he was like, same author, but being like this
And
one.
also really famous. Kite Runner is famous, right?
And the movie.
And you didn't like it?
The S word that ends with the E. So bad. Hated it.
Oh, wow.
Hated it. And then I was so flipping doubly disappointed because I was so excited. But I highly recommend 1,000 Splendid Suns.
1,000
Splendid.
Splendid Suns.
It's about a young lady growing up in, that's a long time ago. I'm going to say Iran.
Okay.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Very good. Her legs spanky.
This really has turned into a review show. Yeah,
This
what
is
else
what
can we
this
review?
will go.
Concerts.
Oh, yes, we'll get to concert, but one second. My other favourite life coaching book is Untamed by Glennon Doyle.
Cool. Anyway, so
I sound all smart because I'm a friend.
I actually do know who Glennon Doyle is.
She's a hoot, isn't
She is very funny. I follow her on Instagram.
Yes.
She's
and
hilarious.
Abby, her partner, is present. Untamed. I listened to Untamed on Audible years ago and then had to buy the book and actually read the book.
Is it really good?
And mark it. It's just when I write a book, that's the sort of style I would like.
Oh, okay.
Some chapters will be like 2 pages long. One of her chapters is a very interesting name of the book. One chapter is a very interesting name because her and her husband, this is very early on, everybody knows this about her. Her and her husband, she finds out her husband's been having affairs for 15 years of her marriage, even though she writes books about love and relationships. Isn't that heartbreaking?
That's heartbreaking.
They go to a coach stroke therapist and she gives them advice about their sex life. And it is not good advice, in my professional opinion.
Okay.
And it came across in the book as it was not good advice in anybody's professional opinion.
Oh. Interesting.
So I did the book.
If I want to read about that.
If you care. If you care. Don't worry about that. Yes, so books. So that's, yeah. But I'm not a brilliant reader. I get told off for this, which brings us back to what we were going to talk about originally. I have a lot of negative thoughts about my ability to sit down and read a book. It was very lots of negative things were said to me at school about my reading abilities. I know, but I'm just slow reader is not the right word, but like I can't do the scanning thing. I have to read every single word.
So do I, though.
Do you?
And I have to be in a quiet room.
Oh, okay.
If someone's like sitting in the room like chittering, I'm like, they're really irritating me and they need to stop. So I think.
Okay, is that okay? Yeah. Well, my daughter actually was upset. No, she was giving off to me because there's a book called, now brace yourself. It's called Come As You Are. That's what the book's called. It's about exactly what you would think it's about.
Coming as you are.
Coming as you
Be
are.
yourself.
Be yourself. It's not about that.
Oh, okay.
And it is written by a doctor who it's very, very good. But for me, it's a hard read for me. I'm just gonna let that go. It's a hard read for me. I said to my daughter, Mama, it just takes me a long time. And, and she lifted the book up and she goes, she is a great reader, English lit woman. She's like, are you having a laugh? That is an intense book. And I was like,
Oh.
so
there you go. You need to feel better about yourself.
I just need to get over those limiting beliefs.
Yes. Tell Shirley where to go.
Tell Shirley to
go read a book.
Go read a book. Yes,
at whatever speed you want.
At whatever speed you want and enjoy it.
Yes. Exactly.
Advice you wanted to talk about.
Well, we just were saying come as you are, which I assume means, like be yourself.
Be yourself.
That's what, yeah. Good advice, right?
Exactly what the book's about. If you buy the book thinking that that's what it's about, it's not. Okay?
I will not be buying the book.
I'll send you pictures.
I was actually
that.
Do not. No, I was thinking this week, what are some ways that I could really annoy Lisa on the podcast? Yeah. And people that give helpful, good, good advice, like the don't go to bed on an argument that we talked about in a different podcast. So I was trying to think what other ones you might love. Like, I don't know. Or if they're being mean to you, they like you.
All of them. I love them all.
You do?
I love them all.
Like, be yourself sometimes is maybe don't.
I should really work on that. But also, I think menopause, you're just like, never mind, I am being myself. I met a lady yesterday in a car park, and you pay for the ticket, and then the ticket's like 60 million hours, and you only needed half an hour because you've only had £1 to put in, which my husband leaves in the car.
I saw that on the reels. That's very sweet. It's very cute.
Because I would never have £1 and blah, blah. So I was then leaving the car park, and I went to offer it to a lady. She was driving in, a little bit older than me. She had a very nice car. It's a midlife crisis. And I said, would you like my ticket? And she was like, oh, that's great. Thank you very much. I was like, you're not meant to pass the ball, apparently. Or not. And I was whispering in a car park, but I was whispering in a car park. Like the whispering police are going to find me.
Clandestine.
Yeah. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Clandestine.
Yeah. Don't tell me you don't know what it means.
I do know what it means. It means like sneaky, undercover, covert. Do you know what covert?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, got that one. All right, okay. I don't know if I can fit that into my vocab. Clandestine. I was behaving all clandestine.
Yes, you were super clandestinous. That's not it.
Keeping it real. So anyway, and I said, so there you go. And I said, there she goes, I don't give a what they think. Thank you very much for your ticket. And I just walked back to the car and went, that lady has clearly menopaused. She does not care. She is in the essence of her menopausing, and she does not care. And I love that.
I love that. I am looking forward to that for me.
It is great. It's just brilliant. We love it.
Yes, when you're in the perimenopause, you're maybe a little bit more concerned.
That's concerning. I do remember it. It is concerning. It is concerning.
We'll talk about that with Davina when she comes on.
When we get Davina on, I actually listened to. I've just talked incessantly.
Literally, so we do. Lisa has insisted that she has a card so that we can at least cover the topics, which I'm not wild happy about. But I've
stopped cheating. I kept looking at it.
You haven't done anything.
I know.
Card, and we're like 30 minutes in.
We did.
Had you written books down? Oh, that was intentional. A bit.
Yeah, but we had a thought at the start of this.
Yeah, we did.
It was
we were reviewing Netflix, and then we moved to books, and then I suggested we could talk about concerts.
No. Sorry, I do correct you, but you said about good and bad. Good advice we'll give you.
I'm really trying to talk about a concert here.
Okay,
good and bad advice.
Don't go to bed in argument.
Yeah.
Terrible advice.
Play hard to get. Good advice, bad advice.
Terrible advice. It was actually in a movie. Dwayne asked me what it was, and I said to my girls something about it, and they said, that's exactly what we don't want to put out there anymore. And the other one that's the flip of that is when boys are mean to you, they actually fancy you. Mm-hmm. That's definitely what we want to try to get away from.
Yes.
Definitely want to try to get away from
that whole pulling the pigtails in the sandpit when you're little.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely want to get away.
What about no pain, no gain? Your PT might agree with that.
No, yeah.
Crimes.
Like you have to step into fear to get what you want.
So that's a good one.
Swallow the frog, I think, is another one.
What? That's not one I've heard. Swallow the frog.
Or something about that. There's a butchery. Maybe you made that up. That frog in your throat.
Oh.
I think that's what it's meant to be. I haven't actually read the book.
Okay.
But I hear people say that, you just have to let's go.
That's good for the for the listeners.
That's gonna make that a clip.
What else? Be yourself.
I like to be yourself.
Yeah.
And we have a friend who's very much themselves.
Oh, we were talking about this when we were locked out, that we had both actually attended the Pink concert last year.
Yes.
I actually think it changed my life a little bit.
Oh, I love that.
She was... I don't love going to concerts. I get a little bored.
You can see that.
So, not just whenever. So, we had seen Taylor Swift, not the Eras tour, the one before.
When it was a reasonable price.
Still was unreasonable, but yeah. Mm-hmm. We had tried then.
I'm not a Swiftie. And I don't.
Are you
music is... The lyrics, I have a huge problem with most of the lyrics in Swiftie songs.
Oh. Shake it off.
Things like, if you don't ring me back, I'm going to throw myself off this building.
Oh.
That's a problem.
Did she say that?
She says, there's a song actually called
If you don't ring me back, I'm going to throw myself off a building. Haven't heard that one.
It's all very, I'm nothing without you.
Oh, right.
That's, yeah, you know, and for the young people, that's all very subliminal messaging.
Yes, and it's sort of the opposite of Pink, isn't it? A little bit.
Absolutely the opposite of Pink.
But I've been to concerts and blah, blah, blah. Honestly, if you were to rock up with tickets to Taylor Swift Eras Tour or Pink that I have already seen, 100%, we'll go back to Pink.
100%.
She is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And I don't mean to be that person, but we saw her twice within about 4 weeks.
I'm actually really jealous. I would have gone and seen her.
And I possibly think we even enjoyed the second one more, because I was like, what's this going to be like? It's going to be very...
Something I do want to ask though, like some of the funny things, like a person in the crowd flip a frog hat. Does that happen in every?
No, that's what I was sort of worried about.
Did you have a frog hat in either of yours?
I don't think I had a frog hat. We had somebody sign something who was going to get married or something.
Okay.
So now she definitely has that audience interaction, but no, it was different.
Okay.
We saw her in Dublin, and then we were going to see our daughter who lives in Glasgow, and my husband was just like going to go for tickets for like a wee comedy club or something, and he was like, there's tickets for Pink. I was like, no, don't do it.
Do it. It's when she gets up and then flies around.
And
how does she do that? Sorry, pee yourself.
Absolutely. And also, the one in Dublin, we were seated. So she kind of just, like, if you haven't YouTubed this, she kind of flew past our faces. We were standing in Glasgow, and we knew where she would stop on the pillar. So we got ourselves maneuvered. Like, not that I could have touched her foot, but...
Were you in the gold circle?
No. No, but you know, she comes right
Yeah.
down. So that is all very, very...
Is in the gold circle.
Now we're even again.
Yeah. Although, it was there were 6 of us, and we sort of found our spot. People are a bit funny. Once you found your spot, you're quite territorial of your spot.
Yes.
And people
pee.
Well, because there was 6 of us, we were able to sort of keep. Okay. But there was this one couple standing in front of us, and he had his hand down the back of her trousers, and I don't mean like cute on her back.
They were like looped into the lapel.
No. Inside, down into what I assume her pants, and they stood like that nearly the entire time. It was a little distracting.
I have a 2-inch rule.
Okay. Do you tell?
Is it really bad that you think you're hilarious?
You are hilarious, but should we have Nigel not listen to this part?
That's just very funny. No, that's not what it's about. So, if you see a couple who have just started going out together, they might have... It's more on holiday, I observe these things. You know, people are prancing around half naked. So if you go on holiday and people have their hand, say, on the base of someone's back...
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Then that's totally fine. You know, that's totally fine. Maybe they're parents, maybe they're only together a wee bit long. But there's just that 2 inches onto the bikini top that go... What you saw was...
It was like negative 2 inches. They were like pats. It was
in, like right in.
It was right in. And then about halfway through the concert, she did it to him.
Oh.
And we were like 6 of us girls are like
along.
bumping along. Like we have selfies with ourselves with them in the background because it was just, we had to remember the moment. We occasionally send them to each other to laugh, but it was just, I mean, it was also June in London. It was hot and sweaty. Would not want anyone touching my back in that situation in the gold circle.
And it was very low back. It was
crack.
I'm so glad you said that.
It was crack, not back. It was right in. It was just strange. Don't do that.
Too much.
People.
It
was too much.
Too much. But you know what I mean about that. Just, you know.
2 inch rules.
2 inch rules.
So 2 inch above the crack.
2 inch, definitely. Or like even just like a thumb looped in the loopy thing, which I keep calling lapel, which is not a lapel at all. I have no idea what it's called.
Isn't it like a
loopy
belt loop?
Belt loop. That's just what it's called.
The loopy thing.
Very simple.
Yeah.
So yes, that would be fine. That would be fine. So what other advice have you heard that's terrible? So I have one.
I would like to hear yours.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Ooh. So what you're saying is do sweat the small stuff.
I am not a sweater of the small stuff in life.
I'm a sweater. That's something different.
I'm just, done not perfect. I'm grand. Like, look at any post I put on Instagram.
Done not perfect is good advice. I have had to encourage my husband into that because he likes when he's setting things up like podcasts, he wants it to be perfect, and I'm like, done is better than perfect sometimes.
You see, our engineer, your husband, I don't think his personality comes across like that.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
No,
but he in if he's editing things or he wants it.
Well, I'll have to look at my Instagram.
But it'll make him slower or behind, and sometimes I just send it as it is. No one's going to notice that slightly different color grade that you've got in this one.
Nobody notices. My husband is very particular about things. We joke. People who have OCD, we understand OCD is very debilitating. We joke. And he says it's not OCD. He says it's CDO.
Okay, you're going to tell me.
Because OCD is not alphabetical.
Okay. I thought there was an acronym. I'm going to come up with one.
Isn't that good?
Maybe not on the spot.
That good. So he definitely, and like I do things just to annoy him, like put a kitchen roll on upside down.
You do it on purpose.
On purpose.
I
have another one in my house who's the same.
I am a bit like this. Like when I go and I was getting petrol yesterday in my car, and I just filled it to like £20 and 87p. Yes. Because I don't, where people are always trying to get it on.
Oh no, I do like that. I do like to.
But no, I love I'm like the next person that comes here is going to be irritated, and that amuses me. It's like. At church when I was setting up for Sunday school, and it's all yellow chairs. I just put one red chair randomly in the middle. Nearly every time you come back, someone swapped it.
I love that. Yeah.
I just kind of like
absolutely
to irritate people.
No, so done not perfect. I think is good advice. Okay. Don't sweat the small stuff when it comes to relationships. Sweat small stuff. The small stuff is where it lives. Life coaching. The small stuff is where it lives.
Okay.
Look, we would show up for our worst enemy in the big stuff.
Okay.
The small stuff is where it lives. It's those conversations that don't get finished. It's those little bits where you feel rejected. It's those, the small stuff is, and the small stuff, in my experience, personally, and in my practice, is what's that good grit that gets in the gears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the small stuff. And women, we love to hold resentment. And if we're with a partner who doesn't make it easy for us to talk to, that resentment builds and builds and builds and builds and builds.
Oh.
And then our partner doesn't hear us, blah, 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 blah. And then you end up having to pay me money.
Or trick you into a podcast so that I can get this advice for free.
But yeah, I mean, obviously you have to have a wee word with yourself sometimes and say, calm down. It's not a big deal. They were 10 minutes late. However to yourself, Lisa. But there are other times.
That's not the small stuff you really mean, though. You mean like actual meaningful,
repetitive small stuff.
So if you were late all the time and you think that was upsetting for your partner, that's small stuff that you should sweat,
and you build resentment against it.
Yeah,
it's the bins are your job. Why do I have to keep mentioning them 3 times a week? My husband is training my son up for the bins as well. It's very exciting.
We are trying that with our sons too.
Our girls don't know how to do bins.
My binman saw me in my pajamas this week because as much as we are training them up, we're not quite trained.
I had a postman situation with the Janleys the other day. And our postman's lovely. His name's Stephen.
Stephen. Mm-hmm. We used to have a postman, Kevin, that I love so much, and then we don't have him anymore. I miss him.
And one of our postmen lives where we live.
Oh.
Isn't that funny? So we see him out walking after he's done the post.
He walks after he's supposed to.
God.
Wow.
He's supposed to, he walks too.
Oh, good for him.
I don't know what his name is, actually. And then we saw him one time we were going on holiday too. I was like, and I did the thing, where you say, didn't recognise you with your clothes on. That one.
Bet he's never heard of it.
Never heard it.
Never heard of it.
Before. Oh, speaking of which, I walked into the gym the other day. You think I was at the gym every day of the week?
You do sound a bit like
once a week. I walk the rest of the week. I thought Paddy Raff had walked into the gym.
But he hadn't.
He hadn't, but I couldn't. I was doing the no speaking. Caroline, the PT, was like, "Morning, Lisa," and I went, "Can't speak." I didn't say words. I just couldn't speak to her. I think she thought I was having some sort of issue.
Because you thought,
And I was like,
because you thought Paddy Raff was.
and I was like, but it can't be Pat. I've seen Paddy Raff a few times. He's very nice and very friendly. I think if I saw him in the gym, like, it would be grand. I don't think he's not that posh or blah blah. But I couldn't speak because I was in my head going, it can't be Paddy Raff in this gym. I don't know why Paddy Raff would come from where he lives in Belfast to BT Nair to this gym here. So it was logically going, it can't be how, also, you're a lot bigger than Paddy. It was just like having a lot of internal dialogue. But of course I couldn't stop saying, "Oh, I thought you were Paddy Raff."
Oh, no.
And he said, "Yeah, like I've never heard that before."
Oh, right. So he was like him, and other people think it too.
It's very like
People think my husband looks a bit like Jack Black.
Oh, totally. But
does
he's in way better shape than Jet Black.
He is, but he can do it. He can do the thing that Jack, and you're like,
That's
yeah,
funny.
he is actually a bit like him. Are we done?
I think we're done. We're done.